I'm Frankie, aka Beginner Lady Golfer, and today we're going to talk about what's in my bag. So to start with, this is my brand new bag, my new cart bag. I did have a carry bag, but I've actually gone to pushing a cart now rather than carrying. Personally, I just wasn't really getting on with carrying. I was finding I was absolutely exhausted by the end of 9 holes. So I kind of went to a push cart. So I have now officially upgraded to a cart bag. We are going to start with my driver. So this is my driver. It's the first club I actually purchased brand new. It's my absolute little baby. I have gone with the Ping G410 Plus model. It's set at 10.5. I had it a bit higher degree for a while, but as I have improved, we've kind of gone back down to 10.5. I was hitting it very low in the start of summer, but now I'm hitting it kind of quite high, so we're sticking at 10.5. The weight is set at a draw, so my natural shot will go as a fade. So because of how my swing is, and I will come over the ball, which makes the ball then the flight path go over to the right. We've put the weight at a draw to hopefully stop that and just straighten it out a little bit. Through the summer I was playing very well and I was hitting it very well, so the weight then went to the middle again, but recently it's not really working. So we've gone back to the weight in the draw. So the shaft is a regular shaft. I should really have got a stiff shaft, to be fair, but the regular works very well. I think in time I'll change it to a stiff shaft, but I'm going to stick with the regular shaft for a while. So the driver is actually my favourite club in the bag. I just love hitting it. I love practicing with it. If I could practice with one club, it would be my driver every single day. I have to actually control how much I do practice with it, because otherwise I might neglect all the other clubs in my bag. So that's my driver. I tried a few clubs. I had a proper fitting for my driver. We tried a lot of different drivers, and this was the moment I hit it. It felt right, it went right. Even the pro that was with me said, yeah, that's your club, isn't it? And I still love it now as much as the day I actually bought it. So that is my driver. So next is my 3-wood. So this was really to fill a gap. I kind of have my driver and I had a rescue club. I also had a different rescue club, but I didn't like using it. So on the longer par 5s, I was finding out I wasn't able to get to the green in 3 shots really. It was taking me a lot more. So one of the guys at the clubs actually sold me this Ping G30. It's a second hand, but it's a really nice club. As you can see, it's a stiff shaft. So this is the only club that I've got that is a stiff shaft. And it's one of those clubs that the moment you hit it, as long as you kind of hit it okay, it will go and it will go very straight. So I just really like hitting it. I like practicing with this one. I like any kind of club that goes a long way. So with the Ping, I find that I do actually really like Ping clubs. I'm not sure whether that's just with my woods and my driver, but because I've got Callaway irons, but we'll see. I think in the future I'll definitely try some of the Ping clubs. The furthest like this club really will go for me is about 200 yards, maybe a bit more on a warm day, but give and take 180 to 200 yards with my 3-wood. I am looking at maybe getting a 5-wood, but right now I don't think it's a priority for me. So that's my 3 wood. Yeah, stiff shaft, hit it very well. I love it, and it was a bargain. I think he gave me for like 20 quid or something, so I'm very thankful and I love it. So when I bought my irons, I actually bought them second hand from our pro shop, and he sold them me for, I think it was like £150. It included my irons and 2 rescue clubs and a driver. I've sold the rescue club and a driver, so I've only got 1 rescue left. So this is my rescue club. It's a tailor-made burner, 4 wood, 22 degree. It's, I think, a flex shaft. Yeah, flex shaft. So it is a bit too flex for me. It will go over to the left quite a lot, but it's very easy to hit. It's very forgiving. It is a lovely club to hit. It sounds very nice. It fills a gap in my bag. Recently I have been tending to use like a 6 iron instead of it, because the holes on the course that I would use this on, when it goes to the left, is danger. So I try not to use it too much. I think in time I'll get another one, maybe with a stiffer shaft. Most of my clubs are regular shafts, so to have a flexi shaft isn't really the best for me. It's not really kind of the shaft I should be using. My swing, I think, is a bit too much for it, and it will whip it. So now onto our irons. So I should have really cleaned these before I did this. They have just been sat in my kitchen for the last 2 weeks as we're in lockdown. But my irons. So my irons are Callaway X Hot, and they are a regular shaft. They are okay. They do the job. Like I said, I paid about £150 for them, so they were a bargain actually. They're very forgiving. They are perfect for when I was starting out. I did have another set that I gave away actually, because I think I broke the 7 iron and they were very old. They'd sat in my loft for about 10 years. So these are a brilliant stopgap for me. I'm currently saving up for a new set of irons, but yeah, at the minute these are doing the job. So it's a 5 to sand wedge set. So my 5 iron, I don't really use it that much, to be honest. I've started practicing a lot more on the range with it, but I should use it more, because when you hit the irons, I just find that irons are a lot more forgiving. Is that the word? Maybe. My 6 iron, so my 5 iron, yeah, I don't really use it that much. I'll only use it if I can't use my rescue because there's danger to the left. So my 6 iron probably goes about 165, 170 at the minute. And they're covered in mud. So that's my 6 iron. My favourite club in my bag of irons is my 7 iron. It's just the one that I warm up with. It's the one that I hit very well. It's the one that if I'm not really having a good round and I want a steady club that I know I can hit, that's my 7 iron. And the 7 iron averaging between 140 and 150 yards. So it's quite a nice club. It's kind of my approach shot. Like, yeah, it's a steady club. It does the job. I like hitting it. We before lockdown, had some lessons in chipping and pitching, and my pro told me to use my 7-iron to chip on, but I said no and decided to use my 8-iron. So my 8-iron, I can hit this about 130. As you can see, all the crack bits are coming off on these clubs because they are quite old. But so I use my 8-iron for chipping on as well, for a little bump and run. It's kind of my go-to club. It does the job of getting onto the green. So then my 9-iron, I think I only use that a couple of times in a round, usually that or my pitching wedge. So my sand wedge, if anyone that knows me, I really get confused with my sand wedges, so I had to have a lesson in the bunker with the pro because I was getting really confused, because he was basically saying if you're chipping on, use a sand wedge. I was saying there was no sand, so why should I be using a sand wedge? So I don't use my sand wedge in the sand. Again, I am a beginner still, though some people may disagree, so I'm still learning the ropes a bit. So my sand wedge, if it is anything from 35 yards out, I'll use my sand wedge to chip on. My pitching wedge is kind of 100 yards to 40 yards, depending on kind of what the situation is. And so then the last 2 irons I actually have got a 56 degree, which is the same as my sand wedge, but it's a Vokey. It's very battered. I don't even hit it that well. I just carried it in my bag for a while. It's, I think my brother played golf with me 15 years ago when we played for a summer, so he bought a few old clubs. So one of them is this. It kind of, it just goes around with me. I don't actually use it because I haven't practiced enough with it and I don't really feel comfortable with it. My chipping isn't my best area of my game, so a lot of the time it's how comfortable I feel with the club. And I just don't think I've practiced enough with it to actually use it on the course. So my last iron is this bad boy. It is a 60 degree ram, so very retro. I actually got given this, so when I first started playing when I was about 18, I played with a guy called Adam, and he played for years and years and years, and he gave me a set of clubs. So this iron was in the set of clubs, and then in about August time, me and my mum went through all of her garage and cleared it all out, and this club was in it, and I didn't have a 60 degree and I didn't know whether I needed one, but because I didn't have it, I kind of put it in my bag. And the pro now has explained when I should use this, so I use this for my bunker shots rather than a sand wedge, even though it says it's meant for the sand. This is my 60 degree. I use it for my bunker shots. I use it if I need to get over something onto the green that's and the pin's very close, but it's very old. It's ram, but it does the job. It fills the gap, and hopefully I will be getting some new wedges. Like I said, I'm currently saving for new irons and new wedges. That's my target at the minute. I'm hoping to have saved enough by Christmas so that I can get them as a little Christmas present to myself. So last in my bag is my putter. So when me and my brother started playing golf, I had a Odyssey 2-ball putter. I had it changed to a pink grip. I loved it. And my brother, who, judging by this stuff, obviously had more money than I did, he bought an Odyssey white ice 2-ball. So it was the model up from mine. It's got weights in the back, and it's a really good putter. So when we went through all the stuff, I nabbed that for myself. So thank you, brother. So this is my putter. I love the 2-ball. It's actually all I've ever used. It's all I ever used before. And I changed the weight, so it's got a 350. It does have all the weights in it. I think I've took them out there. They're around somewhere. So you can change the weight. When I first started, I had the wrong weight. It wasn't really feeling very right. So I changed the weight. Now I'm improving with my putter. I've got a long way to go. But this is my putter with just the normal Odyssey grip. I have thought about getting the thick grips, but at the minute I don't want to change too much. So just trying to keep that the same. I need to do lots of putting practice over lockdown to improve, but I haven't actually got any of the clubs out just yet. So this is my first time doing my what's in my bag. So I'll talk through a few of the bits that I've got in my bag. I'm not sure if that's what you're meant to do, but we'll see. So I have my side of clothes. I take a lot of clothes, and my waterproofs. So I actually, so my waterproofs, I'm a bit of a bargain person. So I've actually got the Under Armour Stormproof bottoms. I actually got these for 30 quid off Amazon. With Amazon, if you search and you get the right time, you can get some real bargains. So these were £30, reduced from I think £90, and that was a bargain. And then, as anyone that follows me knows, I won a pairs competition with Crofty, and I treated myself to a new waterproof jacket. It's from Sunderland, and it's absolutely lovely. It fits well, it looks nice, it feels nice. So hopefully we'll get some rain when I'm on the course, so I can wear it when we get back on the course. So we'll talk about my glove as well. So I've got the FootJoy glove. I really struggle with gloves. I've gone through about 6 or 7 since May. So normally I get a hole. It's actually wearing away, but I get a hole here because I'm overextending in my backswing. So I've changed clubs. I think the shortest a glove lasted me was about 3 days. I actually took that back to them and got an exchange. So now I've kind of decided to stick with FootJoy. It's actually a lady's glove. I have a little fact about me, got massive hands. Massive hands and massive feet. I'm a size 9 shoe, so yeah, I've got big hands. So I have through the summer used men's gloves, but they were not fitting quite right. And then I tried some ladies' gloves, and they were rising up quite a lot on here, so a lot of them will be like this on me. However, this one fits. I struggle with my thumb. Apparently I've got quite a narrow thumb for my massive hands, so I do struggle. So every time before my shot I pull my glove down to try and make that as tight as possible. But yeah, it does the job. It's lasted me longer than a week, so that's a bonus for me. So that's my glove. I also have a little, I think, wallet of ball markers, pencils, pitch repair markers, all that in there. And then my balls. So I am a bit of a, all my balls are Titleist, but they're all different. I really like the Pro V1Xs, but they're all just Titleist ones, lots of Srixon. They're whatever I find on the course, whatever I find in our range. That's an area I need to improve. I have got some Callaway Super Softs, so I think I'm going to try them. that's one thing I do need to work on, is trying to find a ball and sticking to it rather than going between them. I also have my towel, which is my Callaway, my pink towel. I really want a towel that's this colour, but I can't find one that I like or find one that right colour. So if anyone knows anywhere to get the pink one that matches this set, please let me know. I also have my whiskey flask, my birdie flask. Not sure if that's a thing for anyone else, but with the guys on a Sunday, if you get a birdie, you have to have a shot. So everyone has to have a shot. Obviously not quite in Corona, but we've got my little shot glasses, and my vodka. No one really wants me to get a birdie. I need to improve my alcohol game. And then in here is just food. Oh, lots of food. I can't go around 9 holes without getting hungry, so I have a lot of food in there, a lot of snacks, raisins, I have raisins and breakfast bars and things like that to keep me going. So yeah, that is my bag. That's what's in it. I need to improve on my irons. I need some new wedges, but yeah, I think one of my main things is everything pretty much was second hand. So like the driver's the only thing I've brought new. Apart from that, everything else, I think I've in total paid £180 for everything else except my driver and my actual bag. So it doesn't have to be an expensive sport. Now, to be fair, my drivers, I have outgrown them. They're not really the best for where I'm at right now, and because I want to eventually get down to single figures, I'm getting to the point that I do need to improve and get some better ones. So hopefully the next few months I'll get to do another what's in my bag and we'll improve that. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you found it useful. If you've got any questions or anything, please let me know. See you later.